59 degrees. Chance of rain reemerges. Forecast at the bottom. After that, we'll put a spotlight on Elk City. Jared has local news. Plenty to talk about between now and then. By the way, the next edition of the Penny News will be out 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours from now. Somewhere in there.
That sounds about right.
Next edition of the Penny News. 225-9697 is the text line. 69 degrees. Partly cloudy skies. And there you have it. But I don't work for Ford. Doesn't matter. They're going to treat you like you do. In the past, various Ford dealerships have offered employee pricing. It was as though you worked for that dealership. But now the Ford Motor Company's gone beyond that. Now the Ford Motor Company is going to treat you like you work directly for the Ford Motor Company up in Michigan. That's how good a deal you're going to get. Barbara Dyson Ford is giving it to you. Barbara Dyson Ford, northeast part of Elk City. Look for the big orange. Sam Brewer is joining me as Landry continues to vacation. Good morning, Sam.
Hi. What do you want to talk about?
Triscuit's highest paying job in Oklahoma. Scott Pelley fired. Nick Spurs tonight. Peebo Bryson died. The back room. Oh, The Backrooms. That's the movie. We'll put a spotlight on Elk City, weather, and Jared. We got a lot to discuss.
I'm being ravaged by allergies. It started last night. I was sneezing, and then I wake up and my eyes are all itchy, and now I'm all congested.
Huh.
Let's spend the whole hour on that.
It sounds like a real you problem. That sounds like a real you problem. Actually,
Yeah,
somebody I work with yesterday or the day before said, I need it to rain. I'm tired of being congested.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the problem. Sam, in our break room kitchen area here at work, we have possibly the most evil food known to mankind.
Which is?
Triscuits. The two main ingredients are wheat and steel wool. That's what it's like. It's like you were putting steel wool with a little bit of wheat flavor into your mouth. And it makes this sound. And you know what else? That's exactly what it's doing to the roof of your mouth. It leaves it in tattered shreds. Blood will be dripping from the roof of your mouth when you eat Triscuits, which has almost no flavor. It's painful to eat. But they still sell them, which implies people are buying them. And my question is why?
I don't know. You see, the closest thing I've had to a Triscuit, I've thankfully never eaten a Triscuit.
Well, you should try one so you can say you did it. We have them in the break room.
Maybe. But the closest thing I've had to it is a frosted mini wheat, which is kind of like a Triscuit, but with frosting on it.
But at least it's sweet.
Yeah, but still, those aren't that fun. Especially dry. Oh.
Well, dry, yeah.
Ugh.
See, that's the thing about frosted mini wheats is that you could put them in milk.
Well, yeah.
And it softens them and it becomes a delicious cereal. But let me tell you something. You try putting a Triscuit in milk, you are asking for even more trouble.
Well, yeah, it just dissolves probably.
Triscuits? Who is eating Triscuits?
I don't know.
That they still sell them.
Psychopaths. I think they feed them at the jailhouse here. I
saw that this morning. I walk in there. And by the way, life is show prep. I walk into the kitchen to eat some delicious morning yogurt, and I see a box of Triscuits. And
I got angry.
My first thought was why.
That's why you swung on me?
Number one, why? Number two, I'm talking about this. So there you go. There's show content from walking into the kitchen this morning.
Can we fire someone for that?
I'm expecting you to fire yourself.
Well, we should look for a name on there, and then we should fire whoever bought that.
It's Johnny Triscuit. That's who brought them. Come to find out, there's a guy named Triscuit who works here.
We're canceling that.
From the text line, good morning, Nathan and Sam, you two hillbillies. Thank you. 225-9697. We are only 2 weeks. 2 weeks minus a day. So we are 13 days away from the big election in Oklahoma. And I must say, I have never been less enthusiastic about an election than I am this one. I really just can't get motivated in this election.
Which is disappointing.
These are the worst political ads I've ever seen. Now, political ads are historically bad.
Yeah.
Because of the nature of political advertising, both sides' job seems to be to scare the other side, or to scare people about the other side.
Yeah.
By the way, one of our listeners says, the incarcerated loves radio.
Do the incarcerated love Triscuit?
Maybe that's why they're there.
Possibly.
It has to do with nasty Triscuits.
Yeah.
13 days, Oklahomans go vote. And we're voting for a governor, which is a pretty big deal in the state. It's the state version of the president. It's the it's the chief executive of the state of Oklahoma. We're voting for, well, it's the primary, by the way. It's not the general election. Nobody talks about the Democratic race. Nobody even knows who the candidates are.
No.
Someone named Munson and then somebody else. That's all I know. On the Democratic side, it's some woman named, last name, I think Munson.
Cindy Munson.
That sounds about right.
I've heard about her a little bit.
And then she's running against somebody else who's a Democrat, and I don't even know
Yeah.
who that person's name is. There may be more.
Yeah.
I've just seen two faces. I don't know. On the Republican side, I have been told there are 9 names on the ballot.
That's a lot.
I've seen TV ads for 4 of them. There's a 5th who I have seen. Some people on Facebook were posting about this guy because they liked him and he was going to be doing something somewhere.
Yeah. Or something.
Forgive me for being so specific. He was doing something somewhere. There's a 5th guy that some people seem to like, but there are only 4 names you really know: Mike Mazie, Charles McCall, Chip Keating, and Gentner Drummond. Yeah.
Well, I'll vote for whoever is in the Penny News. If any of them are in the Penny News, I'll vote for them.
The wise candidates know where to go.
Yeah.
It's called the Penny News.
Yeah.
225-9697 from the text line. Steve hasn't said a bad word about anyone in his race. The only thing he's promised is to do his job. Vote for Steve. I think maybe Steve is getting my vote. Or Pedro.
Vote for Pedro.
Because, hey, vote for Pedro. 13 minutes after 7 o'clock, 96.5 KECO in Elk City. Sam, if I were to ask you, what do you think is the highest paying job in Oklahoma?
Oh, in Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
That's a tough question. Maybe is it something specific to our region?
Well, I can't give you hints. No, it's not.
Neurosurgeon.
You're actually closer than I would have been. If somebody had asked me this question, hey, what do you think the highest paying job in Oklahoma is? I would have assumed it was something in the oil field. But according to a story in the Oklahoman, based on a study that was done by somebody somewhere, the highest paying job in Oklahoma is actually in medicine.
Well, I was close. That's pretty good.
Business Insider recently released an analysis of what each state's highest paying jobs were on average for May of 2025, so last year.
Yeah.
While Oklahoma was home to several energy industry giants like Devon Energy and Expand Energy, who both announced departures in early 2026, the state's highest earners were not found in that sector on average. The highest paid workers were not found in energy, which really did surprise me.
Yeah.
Instead, it was found that those working in the medical field came to take the highest checks in the state. Business Insider found that healthcare professionals are the highest paid occupation in Oklahoma, as well as 24 other states.
Huh.
These fields include general medicine in South Carolina, nurse anesthetists in Alabama, and radiologists in Pennsylvania. In Oklahoma specifically, in the state of Oklahoma specifically, the highest paid role in the medical industry is a family medicine physician. So the family doctor is the highest paid position in the state of Oklahoma. What is their average annual salary? You are asking me, right? Is that what you're thinking? How much do they make?
Do you want me to take a guess?
Sure, why not?
I mean,
okay, but remember what minimum wage is.
Yeah. Well, yeah, hold on now. Do you have a calculator?
And then multiply that by like a jillion or something.
Like 220,000.
Not a terrible guess. You're off by $100,000.
That's pretty close.
According to this study, and it's being published, well, the study's not published, but the story about the study's being published in the Oklahoman, the average annual wage for a family medicine physician in 2025 in Oklahoma was $329,940. So just a whisper underneath $330,000 a year.
That's
a year,
good.
Not a career, a year.
That's what they pay me to do Tradio. Do you know that?
Yeah, I know.
It's pretty. It's something like it gets you by.
Yeah, because I just begged Blake. I said, please, he needs it.
You know, it just gets you by.
Business Insider does note that this study focuses on roles with more than 1,000 workers listed. In Oklahoma, the BLS reported there were 2,170 active family medical physicians in 2025. I'm surprised there were that many. All I've ever heard since I've worked here for 25 years, all I've ever heard is there's a shortage in the medical industry, specifically with nurses.
Yeah.
I heard that 20 years ago. Boy, we need more nurses. We're out of but in the last 5 years, I have heard fewer people are going to medical school. I have heard there are fewer doctors.
Yeah.
Now let's put a peg down there. 17 minutes after 7, 96.5 KECO is the early morning show. Nathan and Sam, 69 degrees, partly cloudy skies, your weather at the bottom. You and I were watching, it was last night, on the 5 or 6 o'clock news out of Oklahoma City. At the University of Oklahoma, the number of people going into education is actually increasing, which stops a steep trend downward. They gave
it was 2008 to like 2021.
That's about right.
I think that's about what
the number of students enrolling in the School of Education. I don't remember if it was OU or statewide. It was either University of Oklahoma or it was at all colleges.
They were talking about OU, so I want to say it was probably OU.
For that period Sam just mentioned, from 2008 to 2021, the number of enrollees in the School of Education dropped 86%.
That's a lot.
That is a stunning and massive drop. However, in the years 2022 through 2026, that has jumped up 22%. I think it was 22.
Yeah.
It's gone back up.
And it's still going up, they said.
And I don't know why. I would like somebody to explain to me why more people are now going back into education. It's a good sign for the state of Oklahoma. I'm just wondering why.
Well, we need more good educators. We need the good education here in Oklahoma. You know what I mean? We need a lot of good educators. We need people who want to be not doctors. Yeah, doctors. We need people who want to be teachers. You know.
Friday, is this? I'm sorry. Is this? Okay, this is a different question.
Huh? So how
are we sure the highest paying job in Oklahoma isn't Charles McCall's ad producer?
That's pretty good.
Well, now that may be 2026, but for 2025, it was the family physician.
Yeah.
That was from Chopper Dave, by the way.
That's good stuff.
225-9697. Anyway, back to this. So, doctors doing okay.
Yeah.
But I have heard that there were fewer people going to med school. And I always wondered why, because... medical school to be doctors. Oh. And I've always I wonder why, because I'm 50 years old, and for the first 48 years of my life, all I ever heard, oh boy, you'll be a doctor. Be a doctor. Everybody wants to be a doctor. Wouldn't it be great to be a doctor? What do you want to do? I want to be a doctor. Why? Well, it's cool. They seem to do well financially, and it's cool.
Yeah.
And yet for the last, I don't know how many years, I've heard fewer people are going to med school. But according to Business Insider, in 2025, the highest paying job in the state of Oklahoma was the family physician at just under $330,000 a year. Makes you think.
Well, yeah.
I never, ever wanted to be a doctor. Ever. Science does not interest me. Going to med school does not interest me. I mean, surgery. How icky is that?
Yeah. I'd feel like I'd be a little squeamish.
I mean, the notion, the idea of it is cool, but doing it, no.
Yes.
I have no desire to be a doctor, ever.
Yeah.
Never wanted to be a doctor.
See, for somewhere like Oklahoma, I didn't expect the salary of doctors to be that high and to be the top. But then again, everyone needs a doctor.
Chopper Dave, why did you send the year 2025? I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that
the
means
year
either. We had a moment of silence to think about that, and I couldn't come up with anything.
I have nothing there.
Huh?
225-9697 is the text line. 20 coming up on 21 minutes after. Sam's here. I'm Nathan. See, we've already gotten through two of the things on my list. I wanted to talk about evil Triscuits. Does anybody eat Triscuits?
I don't know.
I can't believe they're still for sale. They're evil.
You have to soak it in a bowl of water before it's edible.
2 ingredients, wheat and steel wool. In fact, make your own Triscuits.
No, I don't want to.
Go to the hardware store, buy some steel wool,
Steel wool and sawdust.
and then go to a wheat field and grab a couple of stalks of wheat and, do this. Mix them together. You've got Triscuits. But have some gauze and bandages ready for the blood that will be dripping out of your mouth.
You know what I have to say about that?
Chopper Dave said, good question. I can't remember anymore. 225-9697 is the text line. Sam and Nathan are here. 69 degrees, partly cloudy skies, and more.
I mean, because when they're in a bind, they're in a bind. You want that company to think of you first. Oh, we need this. Well, call Brock. You call me. We'll get it taken care of. When they call you, they want you to answer the phone, and whether it's Sunday, Saturday, or Monday, they also want customer service. Do what you say you're going to do. You needed a hose like yesterday. We will stop what we're doing, and if we got to go to our Oklahoma City shop and get it, we'll do that. And I've done that for a lot of my customers. If they call me, they're expecting me to get whatever task done. To a farmer, a tractor, combine, gets them up and running. He's back in the field, makes some money. Guy in the oil field, their piece of equipment's running again. That makes some money. Solves that problem. I'm Brock Kalk, and my company is American Hose and Supply. Come by and see us at 2111 South Main, Elk City, Oklahoma, in Camrock Building next to Fred's.
Or call 303-1123. 303-1123.
Why wouldn't you?
Cotton producers, is your cotton already locked into the co-op pool this year? What if you could stay in the pool without having to gin through the co-op? Here's the good news. PCCA now allows independent gins like Carson County Gin to place your cotton into the pool you've already signed up for. That means you keep your pool marketing benefits while gaining the flexibility of an independent gin, family-style service, strong communication, and historically higher seed prices at independent gins in Texas. You'll still benefit from risk mitigation, professional expertise, and improved cash flow. This just lets you focus on farming while experts manage price volatility. But now you'll get to enjoy what independence brings. Constant communication from faces and voices you recognize, and historically higher seed prices. Same pool, different path, more options for your operation. Carson County Gin, 17 miles west of Pampa. Built around producers, tradition, and family.
Farmers need durability, and they need them now. Crops don't stop growing. Cows don't stop feeding. They don't wait on a tire to go flat or blow out. When they need them now. They can't wait a day or 2 or 3 days. Just 90% of the time we have the tires they need, so we can get them in and out in a very short amount of time. They can get back to doing what they need to be doing. I mean, you solve their problems by not having them have to wait. They're loyal to you to start with. You don't have it, they need it, they go find it somewhere else. But it's just something I've developed over the years. I personally go look at the tires every day to see what we need. They know we have majority of the items in stock. L&R Tire, the home of Bridgestone Firestone Tires. 1204 South Main, Elk City, Oklahoma. 225-TIRE. 225-8473. We know how important your car is to you.
But Corbin, I don't work for Ford.
Doesn't matter, Nathan. We're going to treat you like you work directly for the Ford Motor Company.
Hey, Ford employees get a pretty sweet deal, right?
The sweetest. Even cheaper than we can buy it at BD Ford. Right now, everybody pays what Ford Motor Company employees pay on every single vehicle line we've got. Ford's never done this before. Take advantage of the super special employee pricing right now at Barbara Dyson Ford in Elk City, online at barbaradysonford.net.
25 after 7, 69 degrees, partly cloudy skies. Your forecast in a few more. 96.5 KECO's The Early Morning Show. Nathan and Sam and Nathan, all three of us are here. Text us your thoughts, 225-9697.
I'm sorry I coughed. I hope you'll forgive me.
Bridget says, Triscuits clean your teeth and your colon. Thank you. Thank you.
They also scrape the lining of your esophagus off.
Sam had a great idea. He said, if you don't want to eat them, you can always use them as sandpaper.
Yeah,
if you need to smooth your driftwood.
I've known people who shave with a Triscuit.
One of our listeners said, it's Bridget, I'm voting for for Lathan or Nandre. Thank you. 225-9697. That is the text line. Somebody is texting in about their miniature donkeys, and we applaud the initiative. However, you need to send it in at 10 o'clock to Tradio. Of course, look, Sam, you do what you want to do. You know my policy.
Huh?
About texts and Tradio. You know
Oh,
my
yeah.
policy.
Well, yeah.
Call,
Oh, yeah.
call. And then at the very end, if I have time and I'm feeling generous, I'll read one or two.
Well, yeah.
But this is
I'm more
Nathan's
generous
policy.
than you.
Yeah,
maybe time will harden my heart.
Mm-hmm. But it's a call-in show.
How about I read half a text
Tradio
and I'll
is
leave off the last 4 numbers?
I'd do
so
it.
that way they have to guess.
I saw this coming. I had a feeling this was going to happen. I was worried it was going to happen. And then last night I learned it happened. CBS News fired Scott Pelley. Who's Scott Pelley? Well, he was with CBS News since about 1989, and he's for several years, 6, 7, 8, 9 years, he did the CBS Evening News, and he has been a mainstay on 60 Minutes for a pretty long time. 60 Minutes has lost a couple of producers. Over the weekend, they lost Sharon Alfonsi and Cecilia Vega, 2 longtime correspondents.
Yeah.
Anderson Cooper had announced he was stepping away. That was his own decision to leave because he's too busy. Want to spend more time with his kids. So his full-time job was with CNN, but he also was a correspondent for 60 Minutes, and it was taking so much time away he left.
Sorry about that.
CBS News has had a big shakeup in the last year.
Yeah.
And a woman by the name of Barry Weiss is now overseeing news, which 60 Minutes falls under the whole news division, because it is a long form news magazine program.
Yeah.
But they also brought in a new person, I think, to run 60 Minutes, and they're running off people. And I was afraid, Scott Pelley. I saw the collision coming. I saw it coming, and I had a bad feeling this was going to happen. And then lo and behold, there was some dust up over the weekend, and Scott Pelley went public with his displeasure. And they fired him. And
That's
that really makes me sad. Scott Pelley was very good.
Yeah.
Look, I'm old. I'm 50 years old, and I remember as a kid, I remember Mike Wallace and the trench coat. And I remember Andy Rooney, that old lovable curmudgeon. Not always lovable, but always a curmudgeon. At the end of 60 Minutes, they'd bring him on. Hey, did you ever notice? It went, that guy, he was that guy. Well, slowly but surely, they all started dying. I remember Morley Safer. I love Morley Safer. Ed Bradley, he's gone. More recently, Steve Kroft. Remember Steve Kroft? Probably not, but I do because I watch CBS News and I watch 60 Minutes. Steve Kroft left a few years ago. When he left, that I think, and now, so we've still got, who's still there? Leslie Stahl is still there.
Is Bill Whitaker?
Yes, Bill Whitaker is still there, and other people.
Yeah.
But
Nora O'Donnell, I think, still works there.
She does occasional stuff with them for him. But I was really sad to see Scott Pelley leave because after Steve,
good.
I mean, you still got Leslie Stahl, and she's been there about 73 years. But
Or something.
after Steve Kroft left, I looked to Scott Pelley as like the senior guy. Scott Pelley's good. He's a good newsman. He seems like a nice guy. And I'm going to miss it. No, I'm sad. Sam, tonight is game 1 of the series Oklahoma City won't be participating in this year.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Yeah. Well, so Oklahoma City lost, in case you didn't know. So that means they're not playing tonight.
What is tonight?
Well, tonight's the first round of the NBA Finals.
Game 1 of the NBA Finals tonight. Knicks, Spurs, Oklahoma City didn't make it this year. But you know what? They had a lot of fun.
Yeah. There's always next year.
They tried really hard.
See, OU didn't make it this season.
Or OSU.
Or OSU. But, I mean, OU made it to the playoffs and didn't make it. Thunder made it to the playoffs and didn't make it. So I'm feeling a bit of revenge next season.
The
for
easy
both
thing,
OU and the Thunder.
the easy thing to do if you're an Oklahoma Thunder or Oklahoma City Thunder, are they the Oklahoma Thunder or Oklahoma City Thunder?
OKC Thunder, because it says OKC on there.
If
I
you're a
think
Thunder
City.
fan, the initial gut reaction is to root against the Spurs because they beat us and I hate it. Like that.
Yeah.
But if I'm Oklahoma City, wouldn't you rather the team that beat you go on to win so you could say, well, at least we were beaten by the champs? Because if the Spurs then lose to the Knicks, then you say, well, Oklahoma City at best is the third place team.
Yeah.
We were the third best team.
Well, realistically, either the Knicks or the Spurs could beat. No, I'm sorry. Either the Thunder or the Spurs could beat the Knicks. Knicks are good.
Time will tell, won't it?
Yeah, but I feel like either one of them could have beaten the Knicks.
I have to confess, I have zero knowledge of the Knicks other than, I mean, I know they're in New York City. I know that.
Yeah.
And I know they've made it to the NBA Finals. I couldn't tell you a single player.
No, I couldn't tell you.
Since
either.
Patrick Ewing left, I have completely lost touch with the Knicks. What?
Jalen Brunson.
Never heard of him.
See, me
That
neither.
sounds made up.
I just nodded like I knew.
I'm going to make up some. Their starting five are Vern Donaldson, Michael Wisniewski, James Patterson, who's actually a best-selling author, John Grisham, who's also a best-selling
Guy
author.
Fieri,
Yes, Guy Fieri.
Yeah.
That's their starting five.
good point guard.
As far as I know, I have no clue who plays for them. After Patrick Ewing left and John Starks, that's all I remember of the New York City Knickerbockers.
Yeah, there's, I don't know, but I'd rather not the Spurs win. 'Cause they're our enemies. They're Texas.
Every team in the league is our enemy.
See, OU lost to Texas last year. OKC lost to the Spurs.
Yeah, but
this
I don't
year.
have, unlike
See.
most, I don't have a Texas chip on my shoulder. I don't care.
Yeah, because you're from Texas.
Be
you
the best.
traitor.
You want
were
to
born
be
in
the
Texas,
best.
You,
You
traitor.
want to be the best. You got to beat the best. Okay. If you're going to be number one, then say you're number one, and don't be a loser and worry about other people.
fake. You're a fake Oklahoman.
No, I'm not.
You weren't born here.
No, I believe we're number one.
No, you weren't born here.
Everybody
though.
in the state of
You
Oklahoma is
weren't
number
born-
one. We're the
We got-
best.
We got a spy behind enemy lines.
That's
here.
true. I was born
You
in the
got a
state of
double
Texas.
agent.
That's right. That's right.
Like Parker Livingstone.
Hey, to quote George W. Bush, don't mess with Texas. Will Ferrell. Here's what I like. Landry told me this last
I like
week,
funny
and I'm going
people.
to steal it. I'm not going to steal it. I'm just going to pass it along. 75 comedians / impressionists have done impressions of George W. Bush,
Yeah.
right? By the way, part of the reason you can do an impression of George W. Bush is his speech pattern is so distinctive.
Mm-hmm.
It would be
from Texas.
It would be well. It's not just that. It's more than that.
No, it's because he's from Texas.
The pace, the rhythm, all of it is distinctive, and that's what makes it easier to do an impression of somebody. It would be very hard to do an impression of my speech pattern
Yeah.
because I do not have distinctive vocal qualities.
No.
George W. Bush does, and for
Yes.
that reason, every comedian and or impressionist under the sun has done an impression of him, and some are very good. I mean, very lifelike.
Yeah.
Some sound almost just like George W. Bush. Frank Caliendo is probably the best impressionist out there, and he has done an impression of George W. Bush. Here's what he said. He said that Will Ferrell's impression of George W. Bush wasn't the most accurate, but it was the funniest. And I have to agree.
Will is pretty funny.
And once upon a time when Will Ferrell was doing an impression of W, probably on Saturday Night Live. I don't know if it was in a if it was in a debate that they were showing on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
And he threw this in at the very end. He said, and by the way, don't mess with Texas.
That's pretty good.
So funny. And I think my favorite comment of the morning is from Bridget. Triscuits clean your teeth and your colon. And who can argue with that?
You know Charles Barkley.
Sure.
You know the comments he's made about San Antonio.
What has he said about San Antonio?
The women from San Antonio.
No.
Well, he's referred to them as being larger, and people have joked
Really?
that now Charles Barkley is having to head to San Antonio to watch the Spurs play.
Oh.
San Antonio.
Most farm equipment has cylinders, and if a cylinder starts leaking, Bird can fix it. Bird can fly. Bird is Roy Jones. Everybody knows him as Bird, though. He's out at Camrock Supply on South Main in Oak City next to Fred's Steakhouse. 25 minutes away from the top, 96.5 KECO's The Early Morning Show. Partly cloudy skies, 69 degrees weather, and a few more. If you're going to be leaving for the weekend, for a day, or on a one-week vacation, you got to leave the animals behind. You got to leave the pets behind. You want to make sure they're taken care of. Let Julie take a look. Let Julie take care of them. Positive Paws Pet Sitting. Positive Paws Pet Sitting. 339-6622. That's the phone number. You have a pencil? Write this down. 339-6622. She has a Facebook page. On Facebook, search Positive Paws Pet Sitting. Pawsitive. Positive Paws pet sitting on Facebook.
Huh?
1, 2, 2 more to go. 24 minutes away from the top, 96.5 KECO's The Early Morning Show. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4 down, 3 to go. 4 down, 3 to go. We got to put a spotlight on Elk City. Sam will do that. He's here. We got your weather breakdown and more.
Briley Bacca is an investment advisor representative of and advisory services offered through Royal Fund Management, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Every dollar you save for retirement has a silent partner, and it's your crazy Uncle Sam. He's waiting with his hand out, ready to take a chunk of your IRA, your 401k, and even your Social Security if you're not careful. But here's the truth. You can fight back. With the right strategy, you can keep more of your hard-earned money in your pocket and out of Washington's. At Advanced Financial Strategies, we specialize in family wealth management, helping families in western Oklahoma cut down on future tax bills, maximize income, and keep control of their financial future. Don't wait for the IRS to decide how much of your retirement you get to keep. Call me, Briley Bacca, a certified financial planner professional here in Clinton, at 323-6800, or visit our website, retirewithbacca.com. Advanced Financial Strategies, your money, your future, your choice.
I'm a dental nerd because I love dentistry. I love what I get to do. I love learning anything more that I can to help serve my patients. And also it helps fulfill me because I enjoy what I'm doing. I love what I do. My favorite part is the chairside interactions with patients and my team. I have an opportunity to do a few artistic things. I love the cosmetic aspects of dentistry. Part of it because I've had other people make me feel like I'm good at it. And who doesn't want to feel good about something if somebody tells you that you're good at it?
I'm Dr. Jamie Cameron, Southwest Dentistry and Cosmetics in Weatherford, catty corner to Walgreens. swdentalok.com.
Southwest Dentistry and Cosmetics, where we treat you like family and do life-changing dentistry.
If they just need a seal kit, you tear it completely apart. Replace all the rubber goods that's in the cylinder. Wear rings, lip seals, piston seals. Replace it and put it back together, test it, and send it on its merry way. Most of your farm equipment has cylinders. Sometimes they know what's the matter with it. If it's leaking, they'll bring it in, and they'll sometimes bring their own seal kits with them. I just tear it apart and rebuild it and put her back together. A small one don't take very long at all. The big one like this one I've got back here, it'll take a couple hours. If they bring their seal kits in with them, it's quick repair. If I have to order my seals in, it's next day. Well, my name is Roy Jones, and everybody in Elk City knows me by Bird. And this is Camrock Supply, Elk City, Oklahoma.
It's 2111 South Main, south of Fred's Steakhouse.
I've known them guys for years and years, and they know what I'm capable of doing.
Carter Electric in Elk City provides professional electrical services for residential, commercial, agricultural, and oil and gas applications, complete with overhead bucket truck capability for above-ground work, meaning they can service both overhead and underground transformers and installations. Since 1950, Carter Electric has served this area, and they continue to do so with dedication to quality and unsurpassed service. For your next electrical job or for an estimate, call Carter Electric in Elk City, 225-2447, or visit them at 217 West 12th Street in Elk City, with 24-hour emergency service available.
"20 minutes away from the top, 96.5 KECO's The Early Morning Show. Nathan and Sam. Let's take a look at your weather. Slight chance of I hate it when they do that. Anyway, 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. Partly sunny, 88. Tonight, 70% chance of rain, low of 64. Tomorrow, 40% chance of rain, otherwise cloudy, with a high of 84. So today, 88. Tomorrow, 84. We got a 50% chance of rain this afternoon, 70% chance of rain tonight, bring it on, and then a 40% chance tomorrow. Right now on the back porch of KECO Radio, 69 degrees, partly cloudy skies, humidity 88%, and winds, W-I-N-Z, winds are light. Hoses, they're like offensive linemen. Nobody knows who the starting offensive linemen are, and nobody really cares. Yeah, until the defensive line gets pressure on the quarterback, and then they care. Unsung heroes, vital. Offensive linemen, just like your hoses. Nobody looks at the hoses. Nobody thinks about hoses. until you need to. And then American Hose and Supply steps in. Maybe the real heroes. American Hose and Supply inside the Camrock building next to Fred's Steakhouse on the south side of Elk City. 225-9697 is the text line. Now he's changing hats. Sam Brewer is here from the Elk City Convention Center to put a spotlight on Elk City, Oklahoma. Sam, go ahead.
How are you? The Red Carpet Community Theater, they are bringing 925 the musical this 5th, 6th, and 7th. This weekend is a 6-7 weekend. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
Big 6-7 weekend. But June 5th, 6th, and 7th at the Red Carpet Community Theater. Friday and Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Sunday at 2 p.m. You can pick up tickets at rcct.org. Also, this weekend, the citywide garage sale, just Saturday, no Sunday. Just Saturday, June 6th in Elk City. There's a citywide garage sale. You can find on Facebook, Elk City Chamber of Commerce. They'll have a list of registered garage sales / yard sales on there eventually. I don't know if they have it on yet. Someone fact check me. 56th annual Chamber of Commerce Oil and Gas Golf Tournament happening. I mean, technically this weekend. You count Friday as the weekend. If it's if it's 5 p.m. or later,
yes,
then it's weekend.
Yes.
I don't know what time it starts, but it's June 5th and 6th, which is this Friday and Saturday, at the Elk City Golf and Country Club. And then finally, in case you didn't know, big stuff's happening. Route 66. We live on Route 66. Elk City does. And some people in the Listen area also live on Route 66. Route 66 Festival Kickoff happening June 12th and June 13th. A lot of stuff, in case you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Happening in Ackley Park Friday from 5 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. Friday, 5 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. And then Saturday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Friday, they'll have free park activities, a car cruise, a blood drive. And then Saturday, car, truck, and motorcycle show, barbecue cook-off, Midwest SPI audio contest, free admission to the National Route 66 Museum. Happening both days, both Friday and Saturday. There's going to be vendors, food trucks, music, inflatables, and art in the park. All happening June 12th and June 13th in Ackley Park at the Route 66 Festival kickoff for the festival.
I have no idea what an audio contest is.
See, I don't know. You'll just have to show up to find out.
Midwest SPI is doing an audio contest.
Yes.
Does that have to do with how loud something can get, how deep the bass can get? I would really like to know. So if anybody out there has been in an audio contest, you know what it is. What is it? I mean, how do they judge it? What's going on? 225-9697. Anyway, that's going to take place not this weekend, but next.
Yes.
The Route 66 Festival kickoff on the 250th anniversary of Route 6. 250th anniversary of America, 100th anniversary of Route 66.
Yeah. But, yeah.
Let me go back and look at some of this. So, Red Carpet Community Theater is doing 9 to 5 the musical. Dun 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 dun. Tumble out of bed and tumble to the kitchen. Pour myself a cup of ambition and yawn and stretch and try to come to life. Jump in the shower, the blood starts pumping. Out in the street, the traffic starts jumping. Folks like me, on the job from 9 to 5. Boy, I wish. How about 6 a.m.? What about, where's the musical dedicated to my life?
It's not a contest.
Dedicated to morning radio.
Who
How about the 6 to 3, 6 to 4 song?
Who even watches PBS?
Red Carpet Community Theater presents 9 to 5 the musicale. Weekend number 2 is this weekend, June 5, 6, 7. Red Carpet Community Theater, 422 North Jefferson in Elk City, in case you didn't know.
You know, that counts as the weekend because Friday it's at 7:30. So that's technically a part of the weekend, according to our standards.
rcct.org is the website. Easiest way to get your tickets. The citywide garage sale Sam mentioned.
That's exciting. I'm excited.
Well, it's citywide.
Well, yeah. City. Elk City.
Chamber of Commerce, the 56th Annual Chamber of Commerce Oil and Gas Golf Tournament. It's a long time. to run a golf tournament.
Yeah, that's 56.
And then what you mentioned, the Route 66 Festival, and this is the sort of thing that's been going on, I don't know, 15, 20 years, something like that. Route 66 days, Route 66 Festival. It is June 12 and 13, not this weekend, but next June 12 and 13, a weekend full of fun. Have you done any of the park activities since the Ackley Park activities have been open this season?
Well, I've played miniature golf twice, and I've ridden the carousel.
Okay. So you have?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Was anybody else there when you went out there?
Yeah, both times. Mini golf stayed pretty busy when I was there. Weather was pretty nice at the time. I don't remember exactly when it was, but the weather was nicer. It wasn't as hot.
It has been brought to you by, this is Spotlight on Elk City. It's been brought to you by the Elk City Chamber of Commerce, Elk City Tourism, Elk City Convention Center. Oh, and I was asked to mention this. Okay. Helping bring you Spotlight on Elk City this week. And Sam, great job delivering it. How about JW out at the airport? He did a big cleanup and really helped improve the look of it. Really looked good. So good job, JW out at the airport. Thanks for your diligent labors. They didn't go unnoticed. That's a double negative. They didn't go unnoticed. Thanks, JW out at the airport. 225-9697 is the text line. We call this little shindig the early morning show, 96.5 KECO. Nathan and Sam are here. I don't usually do this early, bring in Jared for the news, but I want to get a run at the next segment. A couple of things I want to talk about. You saw a movie recently.
Mm-hmm.
Scale of 1 to 10, how scary was it?
Oh, I'd give it about an 8.
So maybe we could talk about that. Also, a guy I grew up listening to sing has died, which always makes me a little sad. I want to talk about that. Jared, bringing you the news. It's the early morning show, 96.5 FM, KECO. Jared, tell us what's been going on, Jared.
Good morning, partly cloudy and 72. This is the Paragon Morning News. I'm Jared Atha. An Albuquerque, New Mexico man is facing multiple charges in Custer County District Court following an incident at a Clinton hotel. 41-year-old Lawrence Moya has been charged with possession of a firearm after a former felony conviction, defrauding an innkeeper, resisting and obstructing an officer, possession of a controlled dangerous substance, and possession of drug paraphernalia. According to court records, Clinton police were called to a hotel on Lexington Avenue on May 17th after staff reported finding Moya inside a room that was supposed to be vacant. Authorities say Moya was arrested after hotel staff requested charges. Investigators allege a search uncovered 2 handguns, ammunition, suspected meth, pills, marijuana, drug paraphernalia, syringes, and a scale. Court documents also indicate Moya has prior felony convictions. He remains presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. The Elk City Police Department is asking for the public's help in an ongoing shooting investigation. According to police, the shooting occurred near Panel Road during the early morning hours between May 29th and May 30th. Investigators are working to identify and locate the individuals involved. Authorities are asking anyone who may have been in the area during the time to come forward with information. Police are especially interested in photographs, video footage, surveillance recordings, or eyewitnesses' accounts that could assist with this investigation. Officials say even small details could prove important as detectives work to determine what happened and who may be responsible. Anyone with information is encouraged to contact Captain Sammy Wagon at the Elk City Police Department at 580-225-1212, or you can email him at wagon@elkcity.com. Police say community assistance could be critical to this investigation. Southwestern Oklahoma State University has announced that Weatherford native Ty Elliott is the recipient of the Dr. Donald I. Ham Memorial Scholarship for the 2025-26 academic year. Elliott is a senior chemistry major at SWAZU and plans to continue his education to become a medical doctor. The scholarship is awarded to students majoring in chemistry and honors the late Dr. Ham. The scholarship fund is managed by the SWAZU Foundation, which supports student scholarships and university programs through private donations. These stories and much more on our Facebook page and website. Right now, partly cloudy and 72. This has been the Paragon Morning News. I'm Jared Atha.
You know, there's statues that Dad did. There was one at Perry, and it was of the land run. all the weight was out over the front of the statue base. I mean, there's only one little piece sitting actually on the statue base, and all the rest of the weight's hanging over the front of the edge of it. So he had to create a specific base that could cantilever out over the support and hold the statue. So it's amazing to me because my duty is doing artwork. I do artwork, designs together and everything. But Linda had the unique ability to follow in Dad's footsteps in that regard. Amazing. She learned how to engineer the granite to accommodate all sorts of different uses in what we do. Yeah, she's extremely good.
The name of our company is Willis Granite Products.
Willis Granite Products.
And our website is willisgranite.com.
Our website is willisgranite.com.
Eight away from the top, 96.5 KECO's The Early Morning Show. Sam and Nathan and you. Do you want to be in control of your life? Of course you do. And that will never be more the case. That will never be more true than when you retire. You want to have the money to do what you want to do, right? Will you? Is your plan just wishing and hoping? You get your fingers crossed? Well, I sure hope. Yeah, that doesn't work out too well. Put a plan together. Work the plan. Let them help you get ready. Advanced Financial Strategies, Brian and Briley Baca, Clinton, Oklahoma. The website, retirewithbaca.com. Retirewithbaca.com.
What?
Tell me about the movie. You went to see a horror movie recently. What was it called?
It's called The Back Room. No, just called Backrooms. No, the
Back Rooms.
Backrooms.
Anybody in it I would know?
No, it's a smaller cast.
Okay. What's the plot?
This guy, a bit of a backstory to the Backrooms. This 22 or 24-year-old YouTuber was the director of it, and he's had a series on his channel, just about Backrooms. I don't know where the concept comes from, but the main plot is this guy works at a warehouse or furniture warehouse, and his wife left him, took the house, so he lives at the warehouse, and he's visiting a therapist. And at one point during the night, he finds this portion of the wall, like door frame size part of the wall that he can phase through, and he enters into this this kind of beige big space. It's the Backrooms, and it's kind of hard to explain.
Is it easy in the movie? If you're watching the movie, you understand?
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's hard to explain what the Backrooms look like. But it performed very well. I enjoyed it. I mean, it was kind of confusing at some points, especially if it was kind of confusing.
Okay, did you go with friends?
Yeah, I went with 3 other friends. There wasn't a whole lot of scary parts. There was a couple scary parts, but a lot of unnerving, kind of tense, anxious moments.
Yeah.
It was good at that, building a lot of uncertainty.
Were there many other people in the theater with you?
Yeah, I'd say it's about a third full, and this was the third night. So a third full for the third night. It's not bad. It outperformed Disney's The Mandalorian movie that just came out. It outperformed it. This movie they're directed by a YouTuber who's 24. Opening night, Friday the 29th, grossed about $81.4 million. So it's not bad for this YouTuber who directed a movie, and I thought it was pretty good. I mean, it didn't end. The ending was unclear.
Yeah.
It ended on a cliffhanger because they wanted to leave it open for
Of
possibly
course.
a sequel.
Oh, that bugs me.
But it was good. It's kind of scary.
And it was called Backrooms?
Yes.
When I was about 6 or 7 or 8 years old, this is one of the songs I remember hearing. It's one of the songs of my youth. It's a song called If Ever You're in My Arms Again by a gentleman named Peebo Bryson. And by the way, one of the world's greatest Peebos ever.
Well, yeah.
Unquestionably.
No doubt.
Now, let me fast forward to the chorus. Peebo Bryson was a powerhouse of the late 70s and all through the 80s into the early 90s. Actually had some of the biggest success of his career in the early to mid 90s thanks to Disney movies, and I'll get to that in just a moment. But Peebo Bryson died yesterday. He was 75 years old. He'd had a stroke. And back in 2019, he had a heart attack. So his health had begun to decline about 6 or 7 years ago. Had a stroke recently and died yesterday. He was 75 years old. Had a fabulous voice. Got started when he was about 16. Left home and hit the road with some group and started singing with them. Some guy out of Atlanta heard him and said, "Hey, you're good enough. You should be on your own." And he did go out on his own and rose to great success with many songs, actually. This is one that I remember. But, let me stop this. Now, that was from the early 80s. But if you were a Disney watcher in the early to mid 90s, if you had kids or you were a kid, and you went to the movies to see movies like Beauty and the Beast, you heard this song. That's also Peebo Bryson.
He played the teacup.
He's doing a duet here with Celine Dion.
One of the greats.
I'm sorry?
One of the greats.
Yes.
One of the great Celines.
I think he won a Grammy for this. Or I think this song won a Grammy.
Yeah.
And then the very next year, he was part of a song that repeated in the Grammys from Disney, doing this little ditty from Aladdin called A Whole New World.
I can show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide?
When's the last time you heard the name Peebo? Did you even know the name Peebo Bryson? He's the voice behind this, along with Regina Bell. This is A Whole New World from Aladdin. He was part of the duo. He and Celine Dion did Beauty and the Beast. But he also had a really nice, he had a nice solo career in the late 70s and early 80s. Peebo Bryson died yesterday, 75 years old.
Or say we're wrong, daydreaming.
Sorry for coughing.
What?
Sorry for coughing.
I didn't even know.
Well, that's good.
Speaking of local music, which we weren't, but the 5th annual Wild Plum Jam is Friday, July 17 at Sayre. Pat Green's going to be there. He's bringing it wave on wave, along with Presley Hale, Casey Donahue, Tyler Wilhelm. You ready to jam at the Wild Plum Jam Music Fest Friday, July 17, Sayre City Park? Get tickets at KECOFM.com, KECOFM.com.
Was I supposed to talk about that?
Sure.
I might have been on the Tradio. I've got time, though.
Fox News Exploring Energy Tradio at 10, Today in Ag at noon, Backroads at 3, country music all day, and local award-winning news and sports on 96.5, KECO at Elk City. Hope you all have a great day. Stay safe. We love you.
Cup of coffee and a bolt of lightning. That's what country sounds like. 96.5 KECO, Elk City.